No, yeah, no.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 2 knots that you can use to get started with your sachiko project. So I've twisted my thread here that you can see in a previous video, which I will link up above here. But basically all you're going to do is you're going to grab a length of thread from your sachiko. And what you want to do, so today I'm using just the needle that I already had and a thimble that I've already got. So you can buy specialist needle and thread, which I will link down below, but I'm just using what I already have. So you're going to double up the thread in the needle here. And the first knot I'm going to show you is so simple. So if you're a beginner, or even if you're not a beginner, it's very easy. So first knot is a very simple standard knot. So this is the sort of knot that you would use in your everyday life really. So it's just a very simple knot that you can see here. So what you want to do is once you have knotted your thread, you're just going to run your hand along and make sure that the thread isn't twisted. And then apparently if you hold tension on your thread and give it a little flick, it's meant to stop it from twisting. So let's get started. So with sachiko, you want to aim for 4 to 8 stitches per inch or 2.5 centimeters, but really what you want is for your stitches to be as even as possible. So I'm still working on this myself, but because with sachiko generally you use a line or a grid system as a guide, it should be easy to get straight-ish lines. So when you're sewing your first line of thread, or any sewing with sachiko really, you want to be moving the fabric towards the needle rather than moving the needle along the fabric. So you're going to pop your hand underneath like so, and then as evenly as possible we're just going to go for like so. So here are a few stitches, and so once you finish your line of stitching, to knot this off, all you're going to do is you're going to loop your thread and you're going to hold your thumb on the end of the thread here, because you want that knot to be as close to your fabric as possible. So like this. It's so simple guys. So basically just start with a very simple knot. So you just want your knot to sit as close as possible to the fabric. You don't want it to sit too far down the thread, otherwise these threads are going to be loose and are going to move around. So that is your first knot. So the second knot I'm going to show you is a back stitch, which generally you use if your project is reversible. So for instance, if you're making a jacket that's reversible, obviously you don't want to see any knots on the underside. So what you're going to do is we're going to be stitching in this direction, but what you want to do is you're going to turn your sample around and you want to make, without a knot in the end, you want to make a few stitches in the opposite direction like so. And you want to keep some tail end here. We're going to turn that back around. And then you're going to go over the stitches that you have just sewn. So like so. So we're going to snip off that tail end there so it's hidden. And then if we turn it around this way, you can see that you've gone along that same line of stitching here. So what you will find is there will just be areas in your project where the thread is just slightly thicker, but I don't think that's too much of a big deal. And then to finish off this line of stitching, you're going to do exactly the same. So you're going to carry on for a few stitches along here. In the same way, and then you're going to snip that one off. And then that is how you hide the tail end in your fabric. So pretty simple. So guys, those are the 2 knots that you need to get started with sachiko. I'm going to link down below all the other videos to help you with this series, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!